Hello there everyone, it's Alex from VG247 here, and this, as you can no doubt probably tell, is Wolfenstein. The new one, Wolfenstein 2, Wolfenstein the New Colossus. Those are the names, yes. And yeah, I went and played a little bit of this at Bethesda's offices a little while ago. Came away with a lot of footage, like, I don't know, 150 gigabytes worth, but I'm not going to show you all of it. I'm just going to cut around and show some bits and pieces. I previewed the game back at E3, and what you're seeing footage of in the very start of this video right now is the first stage of the game where you find yourself in a wheelchair. This is how the game begins. If you haven't played Wolfenstein 1, spoiler warning right here, skip forward 30 seconds or whatever. The end of Wolfenstein 1 is pretty, or Wolfenstein The New Order is pretty grim for BJ Blazkowicz, and he ends up quite badly injured, and thus you wake up in a wheelchair, and the Nazis are after you. So it picks up pretty much exactly where the previous game left off, and the first level sees you stuck in a wheelchair but shooting from a wheelchair, and as you can see, it's pretty badass, and there's some great melee kills. And what's really interesting is the way the game moves is it's built in such a way where they have the sort of wheelchair driven movement, so you have locomotion that you have to worry about, and momentum, and if you roll yourself down some stairs, you're not getting back up those stairs, so you have to be careful about exactly when you're going into places to avoid getting overwhelmed by the enemy, and that's cool. I wrote a full preview about that level back at E3. That's on VG247.com, and I will pop a link in the description as well if you want to go and read that. But the exciting thing, which you'll see the footage switch to pretty shortly here, is that I got to play an all-new level. Now, this is the level that opens with you going to a diner and you meet the so-called milkshake Nazi. Have that confrontation, which is very Tarantino Inglourious Bastards-esque, which was something the original Wolfenstein did very. When I say original, I mean the rebooted, the previous new Wolfenstein game, not Wolfenstein 3D. It was something that game did very, very well too, and it seems to be the same sort of situation here. Some really colourful characters, some great tension in the scenes, and they're really using the America has been occupied plot to the absolute maximum in a way that a game like, say, Homefront oh, Homefront, in a way that Homefront, for instance, did not. So that's pretty cool, and this mission is ludicrous. It sees you at the opening strap a nuclear bomb to yourself, and basically Area 52 has been taken over since the Nazis took over America, and they're using it as one of their bases of operations, and you're going in to blow it up and blow up a lot of the top Nazi leadership in the process. So so yeah, that's the setup for the level. There's a little bit of stealth, there's a lot of regular just blasting Nazis, there's dual wielding and dual wielding of different weapons, you know, a assault rifle in one hand and a big old shotgun in the other, and you can fire them. That's great. There are, you know, robot Nazi enemies, there are Nazi commander enemies. There's that mechanic where once the enemies get alerted, they remain on alert, and therefore new ones will continue to appear until you take down the commander, and you sort of you don't have a radar that shows you the exact location, but you have sort of a hot-cold sort of radar that shows you the distance, so you can go, okay, I'm walking in this direction and the number's going down, so I'm getting closer to finding this commander so I can kill him and get the enemies off your back. So there's that. BJ's sort of in a mech suit, which I assume is actually how he it's not really a mech suit, I guess. It's more like the Crisis suit, right? Like a, you know, like a, it's not mechish, not like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare stuff, but more just an assistive suit that gives him armor and also makes him a bit more durable, and you can do things like fall from greater heights, and it seems like he does have some sort of slightly enhanced strength. But I mean, I don't know, because we didn't see the game in order, so to speak, but I get the impression that maybe this is how BJ's walking again so quick after being in the wheelchair, is that he gets put in one of these suits, and that's the thing that gives him the power to be able to get up and around and kick some ass. It is worth noting, like I say, starting with the first mission, but the second mission, Bethesda wouldn't be drawn on exactly when in the game it's set, but it's set later on, basically. So this isn't the mission directly after the wheelchair one. There's definitely going to be some buffer there. But we don't know yet exactly how deep into the game this is. But it's a cool mission. Some nice, examples of just how this is different from your average corridor shooter FPS experience. You sort of... there are nice open areas, there's different ways you can go around most areas, objectives that you can sort of rush to and run past enemies if you want. Towards the end, there's an absolutely enormous sort of mech super boss that was wrecking me, so I just made the decision, screw this, I'm out of here, and just ran between its legs and ran away. So you do have the you do have lots of options there, and it seemed like there were a lot of optional areas as well. In fact, I saw one player discover an optional area that wasn't finished yet. So you can see sort of one, the work in progress, and two, you can see that there's going to be a lot of stuff, and they're still even adding that stuff to the game right now. In terms of how it ran great. Non-final build, so I did experience some iffiness here and there, which you might not see in this video, just depending on how I cut it. But the point is, it seems to be pretty smooth, pretty well built. I'm really excited to get my hands on the final thing. Oh, this is running on PC, by the way. I should have probably said that at the start, but there you go. And yeah, it was running on a pretty powerful PC, running at 1080 and a very solid 60. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. I've got a 1080 Ti here and a 4K monitor, so I'm looking forward to seeing how high we can crank the resolution, whether we can get it all the way to 4K and maintain a good frame rate. We will see. And we'll do those tests once the game is actually coming out. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what else to say. If you wanted more Wolfenstein, or alternatively, this is an important point, if you missed Wolfenstein but played Doom, the reboot of Doom that Bethesda recently did, this is the next step, really. Bethesda has done this really good job between Machine Games and id of reclaiming the strong single-player shooter campaign. Wolfenstein is, Doom had multiplayer, but nobody really was that bothered about it. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is very much a continuation of that. They're not focused on multiplayer or anything like that. They're focused on creating a really badass single-player experience that really gives you a challenge and gives you lots to do, and it feels like, this is that. This is more of that. And to be honest, I don't have, iterative sequels can sometimes be a bad thing, but I don't have a problem with that there. The original was brilliant. It was a breath of fresh air in a sea of loot shooters and multiplayer-focused shooters. This is, again, single-player, awesome cutscenes, badass characters, funny often as well. It's got a good sense of humour, and it seems like this sequel is going to continue that. Of course, there's write-ups on the site. Don't forget to hit vg247.com. If you like this sort of stuff, we're just starting up with our YouTube again, so don't forget to sort of smash those buttons, the like and the subscribe and all that rubbish, in order to let us know that we're doing the right thing. And that's about it. I'm going to leave footage running so you can sort of just experience some gameplay without me waffling. Wolfenstein is out on October 27th, so look out for that, and we will have a review on the site when it hits. That's it. Until next time, see you everyone.
I love strawberry milkshake. It's perhaps my favorite American thing. So simple. It's just milk and ice cream. The rest of the menu, however, I think you will need to address. I think it needs to be more German. Yes. Tell me, are you from here, John Smith? Huh? I read here that you operate out of Station 6. What is the location of Station 6? I'm unfamiliar with this station. Speak up.
Kommandant, Sie werden vom Oberkommando verlangt.
War das nicht Zeit? Trink grad noch meine Erdbeermilch.
Leider nicht, Kommandant. Das Oberkommando verlangt, Sie umgehend zu sehen.
In Ordnung, ich komme schon.
Das bist du.
shut the fucking front door! Before any more goddamn Nazis shove her milk.
Not that I don't trust you, Blazkowicz. There's nothing saying you couldn't be wearing a mask made to look like William J. Blazkowicz to hide your alien space lizard facial traits. So, I need the password that Grace gave you.
She didn't give me one.
Right. Off with the mask. Show me your lizard face, motherfucker.
Super Special, lower your weapon before I break your arm and put your lights out.
I knew it was you, Terror Billy. I was just fucking with you. Come on, follow me. Hey.
Kein Verständnis für Terroristen. Wie können sie Gewalt gegen uns gutheißen, nur weil wir anderer Ansicht sind? Die sind halt gewalttätig, Karl. Ihnen fehlt die moralische Richtschnur. Wir sind doch auch Menschen. Gewalt führt nur zu noch mehr.
Das stimmt. Gewalt ist niemals in Ordnung. Niemals.
Was für eine Gesellschaft wäre das?
Kriegsgebiet, Karl. Das wäre ein Kriegsgebiet.
Zum Gott. Übrigens hast du dich für New Orleans beworben.
Na klar.
Auf jeden Fall.
Vielleicht sind wir in einer Todesschwadron.
Hoffe. Wir arbeiten doch gut zusammen.
Ja.
Ja?
want the Nazis to leave the warhead alone once you planted it, right? But what you gotta do is place it in the Oberkommando's nuclear reactor. That way the Nazis won't be able to track its radiation signature. They won't find it.
I am arming the warhead now. You may want to bug out of Roswell before this thing goes boom.
Far out, brother, far out. I have my guy at City Hall sound the tornado alarm, evacuate the whole town. Now look for an exit and get the hell out of the blast zone. I'm almost done clearing out mission control. Meet you at the rendezvous by Galveston.
Done deal.
Achtung, diese Einrichtung wurde infiltriert. Hochrangige Mitglieder des Oberkommandos bereit machen für sofortige Evakuierung. Wiederhole, diese Einrichtung